LA Clippers have just made another big time signing, bringing back Chris Paul, and now they're going all in. All their eggs are in one basket with James Harden, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul, Brook Lopez. They got Big Zoo. This team is ready to compete for a championship. Let's just be honest, right? Will they be able to build that chemistry up in time to compete this season? Will they be able to stay healthy? That is all big question marks. But they have the team on paper to compete for it all. Chris Paul is a guy that, yes, is getting up there in age, but is still one of the best passers in basketball and can still shoot the three ball at a good enough rate to keep you your floor spacing great, right? He shot 37, almost 38% from three last season, and played in all 82 games and started all 82 games. Now, coming over here to LA, will he be the day one starter at point guard? I don't know, but it definitely allows James Harden to work off ball a lot more and keep that stamina up for the entirety of a game and maybe not get as tired because he's controlling the entirety of an offense. So yes, I do like Chris Paul coming here, facilitating that second unit, or even starting him alongside James Harden and Kawhi Leonard and John Collins, Big Zoo. You could do that as well. I think the amount of lineups that they could potentially have this year could be exciting, right? Now, we're going to break down the film. I want to show you what he's adding, and I want to show you what he did last season, okay? Why I believe it's a good upgrade, why I believe it's a good signing, because of what he did last season with the Spurs. Let's break it down. Hit the like button, subscribe, let me know what you guys think, and let's dive in. Now, here's one of my favorite plays. Now that the Clippers, have a guy like John Collins and Big Zoo, who are really good around the basket, especially catching lobs, I do think Chris Paul is a perfect fit. So right here, they're going to set this down screen. Now, the reason they want to do this is because they want Chris Paul coming off this thing quickly, getting Big Zoo, are forcing him to step up, right? Once you do that, you have a massive mismatch down in this painted area, right? So as Chris Paul is coming off this initial screen, the big steps up, and now look at this. Once you get this initial double team at the top, well, guess what? Now you have 3-on-2 basketball at the weak side of the floor. So great job. We get this Harrison Barnes to the corner, and we send Victor Wembanyama to that baseline, opening up a massive hole and putting a lot of pressure on Derrick Jones. They find him. Great job by Chris Paul. I mean, this is, again, he can bring crazy court mapping ability from the point guard position, and I think he's a great fit with some of these guys they have that can roll to the basket, whether it be Derrick Jones, or whether it be John Collins, or a Big Zoo off the high pick and roll. I think that the lob threats are really here for Chris Paul. Now, it's the versatility of what he brings out of this high pick and roll. For example, Victor Wembanyama came over, set a screen, we come off this thing, all we're doing is reading the big man. In most cases, they'll actually rotate over and guard, Chris Paul here, but since they're playing Victor Wembanyama, they have to be in a drop zone coverage, right? When you play a drop zone coverage versus Chris Paul, you got to be wary that, hey, he can shoot that three ball, right? He can come up and just shoot this three right off the screen because his initial defender is stuck in what we like to call jail, where he's just behind the ball handler. He's just behind Chris Paul. So Paul notices he's backpedaling, right? We stop on a dime, quick trigger three, no hesitation, and gets it to go at the buzzer for the first half. This is a great job by Chris Paul, and again, he can still hit these threes. So again, you can use him in that high pick and roll situation with the John Collins, right? And because he's a lob threat, it's going to work a lot of the time. You can use him with Big Zoo, same thing, right? Or anybody, Brook Lopez, pick and pop. They have so many guys that add different types of style of offense, or you can use them screen as, for Kawhi Leonard or James Harden, right? Imagine the inverted pick and rolls with Chris Paul and James Harden. I mean, it's going to get a little bit scary because of the versatility that they bring. Now, before we get any further into this video, I want to break down a couple more plays here. Do me a favor, hit the like button if you want more Clipper videos throughout the entirety of the offseason and on-season, okay? Now, what does that mean? I want to cover the rest of, well, actually, Summer League's over. So, we'll go preseason, covering preseason games, regular season games, training camp. We're going to be breaking down film for almost every single game. We got you guys covered. So, most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And like I said, you will not regret it because of the amount of Clipper content we're going to be posting. Now, with that being said, let's kind of dive back into right here. He's got a one-on-one with Alex Caruso, actually a very good defender. And as he's driving in, right, look at this fadeaway three through contact. Great job. Look at this, man. Now again, he's not going to do this every play, but he does have that three-point shooting capability, which every team needs floor spacing. I know it's a guard. Guard should be able to shoot the three, but he does it consistently enough where you're not going to be nervous about him taking too many threes. Now, defensively, he's actually very instinctual. He knows how to play passing lanes. He knows how to, understand what the defense is trying to run. Now, right here, he notices, right, they're trying to get a post up with Big Zoo. They like to run their offense through Big Zoo sometimes in that post and just have guys cut off him, right? But right here, Chris Paul reads this like a book, attacks, gets a steal, attacks an open transition lane basket, but unselfish, throws it off the backboard for his teammate because he understands at the end of the day, you got to get your teammates involved, okay? So my favorite thing about him is how unselfish he is. That one little basket here by Victor Wembanyama can spark a run, can spark some confidence in Victor if he's having a bad game or if he started slow, can really spark something within the offense. So I do believe him alongside Kawhi, alongside James Harden and Bradley Beal and John Collins and Derek Jones and Brook Lopez and Big Zoo and Bogdanovich, Batum. I mean, this team is deep. This team is deep. They have 10 players that I wouldn't mind playing every single game. Maybe even 11, right? You got James, Bradley Beal, Kawhi, John Collins, Big Zoo, Chris Paul, Chris Dunn, Derek Jones, Brook Lopez, Bogdanovich. But that's 11 players. 11 players that I'm confident could play every single game and give you some sort of production, which is huge. Here's one of my favorite plays from Chris Paul this past season. Look at him act like he's going to behind the back pass this to Victor Wembanyama. He freezes his defender for just a second, giving him some leverage to this basket, at least initially, right? Fakes the pass. Now look at this, right? Boom, stops on a dime, step back, fade away mid-range, and gets it to go. Let's watch this one more time. Look at it. Fakes the backdoor pass. I mean, guys, you can't make this stuff up. Yes, he's getting up there in age. Yes, he's, 40 years old. But man, this guy's coming off a 8-9 point season, shooting 37% from the three-point line, averaging 7.4 assists per game, while also shooting 92.4% from the free throw line and 42% from the field, which is not great, to be honest. But we know this guy can be productive, and he's not going to be asked to be a day one starter that needs to play 35 minutes a game. He's probably going to play 20 minutes a night. Last year played about 28 minutes a night. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 22 to 24 minutes a night for Chris Paul this year. And once again, that's all you really need if he's going to come off the bench. Or, again, he can't start for you. Just won't play 35 minutes. Here's another three. Bangs it. Great job. I'm all in on Chris Paul and this Clippers team. I think they have the depth to win it all. But the biggest question mark is, one, can they stay healthy? And two, can they build the chemistry up in time to compete this season? We'll see what happens. But man, if they can stay healthy, this team can literally beat anybody. Defensively, again, great instincts. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.